want to store multiple elements or multiple object, right? So we cannot store in one variable. Sorry, we have to use multiple variable, right? Demo array. So we have to use multiple variable, right? Like if you have the requirement to store 20 value here, int a equal to 10, okay, or you have to store like 100, then you can we write like that? No, right? We cannot write like that. You cannot store like in, oh, you have to use the specific variable and you have to use, right? So what will happen if you will use like that, then this readability of the code is not good, your performance of the application is, you know, not good. So this is not recommended to use if you want to store multiple elements. Then how to store that, right? How to store that? So we will use array. Like I'm going to store only 5 element here, so we have to understand this what actually it is, right? So what happened, so first we have to understand why we use an array, right? So if you want to store multiple element or multiple object, then we should go for object, sorry, we should go for array. So how to create an array? So we having the two part here, right? This is the one part and this is the another part. Understood, right? So how you can store, right? So you can see we already explained you we having the 53 keyword and 50 like we use 48 keyword frequently, right? So here new keyword is there. So when you are writing the new keyword, then what will happen? One object will be created. Okay, one object will be created. So this is the creation of an object. And which type you are going to store? So we have to define the data type, right? If you remember in the last session we have learned data types. So integer type, okay, and this will define here the size of an array or location of an array, and this is called your 1D array. And how many size, right? So we having the size 5, so you can store 5 element here. So what happen, this brackets when you are writing like that, then it will be, will provide the location here as per your length, right? How many length you have defined? We have defined length is 5, right? So we have defined here length is 5. Okay, so we having the length is 5. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened, by default all the value will be stored here. Okay, so this size or this array concept will work on the index, and index will start from 0. So what is the default value of integer? 0 is your default value of integer. Okay, 0 is your default value of integer. I did not store this value. So this is, when you are writing this new keyword, then object will be created. Int means which type you want to store here. This brackets, this brackets will, this bracket will define the size. uh okay, you can join, okay, please. Okay, so this brackets will define the your size. Okay, so when you are writing this, what is actually happen in the, internally, how the memory allocation will happen here. So this is happening like that. Understood, right? So this is the this part. Then we have to hold this or we have to access this, right? If you remember, when we are going to create an object, then we are holding this. So this is again you are having the referenced variable. So this is your referenced variable. Oh, sorry. Please all of you mute in your side. Okay, so Actually, we having the Zoom meeting, so but Zoom having the, so I will try to make your classes on Zoom, because in a Skype we having the many disturbance. So I did not use that, but I will try. Okay, so you will not get more disturbance because of others people, because I don't want in the middle of classes we having the disturbance, because my flow will break. Okay, so what happened, this is your referenced variable, so this is your referenced variable and this is your a, and we are holding this object. Got it right? And this will tell to JVM and compiler, this is your integer type of an array. Got it right? So this line of the code, when you are writing and when you are defining an array, or when you are going to create an array, so when someone will ask you what is an array, so you have to tell like that. Okay, the, I think some of the people already attending the interview. If you will go for any automation profile, either you are going for UI, or either you are going for API, or you are going for mobile testing. So these are the framework. Okay, it won't be take time to learn. Okay, but here this is your 70% will, you have to show your talent here only. This UI and API framework and mobile testing framework everybody know, but can you mute? Who is this? Please mute in your side. Okay, or if you having some issue, you will get this recording video on your Skype, so please don't disturb. Okay, so what happens here, 70% you will having the talent here for your core Java skill. Okay, so that's why we are trying to spend more time on your Java, right? But if you will go in the other tutor, they are teaching 20% only Java. I can see in the top institutes are also doing the same thing, 20%. The people who already know the Java, they can get the job here, but they don't know the Java, they will not get the job. Understood, right? So that is the problem. Okay, so that's why they are completing the code within 45 days. Okay, so that is the reason. And after completing your course, you are not able to get the job. Okay, so we have to spend and we have to do more hard work. Java concept, when you will go for Java, when I will tell your core Java, so what happened in the core Java, again it is the divided here they will ask your 50% logical programming and 20% your concept. Okay, so main focus you have to do for both. Selenium having the common question. Okay, so they having the scenario based question, but if you know the concept, you are able to write any code for Selenium. Okay, so this is also very important, and you guys, I will guide you how to work on your logical programming. First we have to understand how to, when you can see any Java code, you are able to understand, then you are able to write your logic yourself. Okay, so now when you are writing this code, so this is internally it is going to happen like that. Understood, right? So here how to access and how to store this value, right? So a of 0. Okay, I'm going to store the value here, a of 0 equal to 1, a of 1 equal to 2, a of 2 equal to 3, a of, like that you can store the value or you can access the value like this, because this will only when you will write this brackets, then JVM and compiler will understand this is the 1D array. Okay, so you have to access like that also. So when you are writing this value, then here it will be a store 1, it will be a store 2, it will be a store 3, it will be a store 4, it will be a store 5. Got it right? And how to display this value, so we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to store the value a of 0 equal to I think we can just let me compile. We can store like that only, right? Yes. Okay, so a of 0, I'm going to store the value a of 1 equal to 2, a of 2 equal to 3, a of 3 equal to 4, a of 4 equal to 5, right? So when you are writing the code, just remind that diagram how it is going to store the value. Now we having the multiple value, right? How to display this, right? So you have to write here for loop int I equal to 0. I will explain you this one also. Okay, so okay, if you will go in the any interview and just let me check it is working fine or not. Okay, if you will go for any interview and the interviewer will give you this line of the code, okay, and this line of the code, how to and they will ask you, can you explain this code and can you tell me how this code is working? How you will explain? How you will explain? Where? Yes. See, if I will compile this code, able to compile, if I will run, able to display this value, okay? But we have to understand, right? So first we have to understand for loop, right? So why we use this for loop? Because we having the multiple value, right? This is having the multiple value, and if you want to store, if you want to display only one value, then again you have to write this like, like that. Let me check it is working or not. A of 0, a of 0. Okay, so let me check it is. Okay, so I want to tell you here one more thing. A of 0, right? Am I doing right? Wait. We can. Okay, so now plus. Okay, so now just I'm going to comment this. Then I will tell you why we use for loop in the real time, right? Like that. If you want to, someone will tell you, can you display the, or some of the common questions are there, can you display the a specific element, right? A specific element of an array. So same thing we can do here, right? But if you want to display all the value, then how to display, right? So going to display. Understood, right? So if I will display this value, you can say now I am able to display. But if you're having the 100 value, then how to display? We cannot write like that, right? This is not a good coding practice, okay? But if you will tell, can you display the value of a specific, then we can, you can display with element. But if we want to display all the value, then we use for loop. Okay, now we have to understand how this for loop will work. Okay, so for loop having here three part. Okay, so this is your initialization, and it will check the condition, or here your increment and decrement. Okay, so how this for loop will work? So first you are going to initialize this value, I value, right? So we have to tell to the JVM and compiler I is your integer, right? So we having the integer value, then I equal to 0, I equal to 0, 0, and this is called length variable. So by using this length, we can find the size of an array. Okay, so we are going to find the size of an array 5. So what happened for first iteration? Only initialization, and it will check the condition. Okay, for first iteration. Okay, so first iteration only it will initialize this, then it will check the condition, then control will come here. Okay, so what is the value of this condition is true, right? I equal to 0, 0 greater than 5, right? So this condition is true. Then what happened here? The value is a of 0 equal to, what is the value of a of 0? 1. Okay, second iteration it will go, and it will I plus plus means it will increment, I will become 1. Again here the condition is true, then a of 1, a of 1 is 2. Again it will go, so this iteration will go until this condition will fail. When the value will become like 5 or 5, then it will fail, then it will display all the value, then control will come back to this. Got it right? This is like that how this for loop is working. Anyone having any doubt regarding for loop? Okay, so the for loop, how this for loop will work, this is called initialization, right? We have to initialize, right? If you will write simply I, then how the compiler and JVM will. So we having the here two part. Actually we have a one more part we can use, but we are not using frequently, but mostly place you can see like that. So you can see we having this colon, also semicolon, and this is the another, and this is the another. We have a three part of this for loop, right? So this is called your initialization. Initialization, this will your, it will check the condition, and this will check, this is your increment and decrement, increment and decrement. Okay, so what happened, okay, in the first iteration? So first iteration, what will happen here, when the code will come in this for loop, right? So like control will come inside this for loop. So this is your first iteration, how it will work. So control will initialize this value, right? Okay, this is fine. It will initialize, then it will check. So 0 already we have initialized, right? So 0 and a dot length means it will find the size of an array. This condition is true, right? So this is your first iteration. It will come and it will print a of 0. So what is the value of a of 0? 1. Then control will go, because until unless this condition will not false, each iteration will be happen here. Again this is your first iteration. Second iteration, it will go here, I, this is the increment size. Okay, it will increment the I value. I plus plus means it will increment 1. So now I will become 1. Okay, I will become here 1. This is your I will become 1. Now this condition again true, right? Then again it will come here and it will print the value. So what is the value of I? 1. So what is the value of 1? 2, right? We have a store 2. You will see here, we are not able to see here. But again this is your second iteration, right? Sorry, 1, 2, third iteration, right? This is the first, second and third. Again what happened? Sorry, second one only. Again what will happen? This is again third iteration. Sorry, again control will go here and it will increment. Again I will become 2, right? Again I of 2. What is the value of I? 3. Again, because until unless your condition will not false, your for loop will be, you know, rotating. All the rotation will go, until unless it will not false. So again here I will become 3. So what is the value of a of 3? A of 3 equal to 4, right? Again what will happen? Again it will increment I plus, again it will increment, I will become 4. Okay, now I value again condition is true, right? You can see 5 is greater than 4, right? Again the condition is true, then what is the value of this is your I value. Here we are getting I value, right? If condition will be true. Okay, so now what is the value? 4. Okay, again I will become here 5. This condition is false, right? We having the 1 2 3 4 5 element because it is starting from 0, right? So again when this condition will true, all the value will print and control will go out. Are you able to understand, Mohan? Still you have a doubt? If someone will ask how it is going to work, so first iteration initialization, it will check the condition, then control go for the print statement. Again for second iteration, this job is completed only for first iteration. Okay, then it will only work for this two. Okay, when condition will true, then it is fine. When false, it will come out that. Got it, right? So this is how it will work. You can define your array like that also. Again it is, we will use for as a project requirement only, like that. Int of, you can directly use this. Okay, let me, I think I'm not sure, let me check. I'm doing something wrong or we have to write something here. Okay, actually when you are writing, no, actually what happen, if you have some requirement, again you have to store like this value. We cannot store like that, right? So in the real time or some place you can directly store the value in curly braces. So internally it is happen like that only when you are writing this. This is the another implementation of internal implementation of an array, but internally this value will store, everything will work like that only. Okay, so you can store directly like that also if you having the. Okay, so someone will ask you, can you create a one function, right? You should not write like that. So we can create one function, display multiple element int of a. Okay, you remember we have learned method concept, right? So why we use this method, right? So what happened here, so we will use here for loop int, or okay, let me try this, it is working, or if it will not work I will check. length I plus plus, and you have to write this. Just I'm going to do same thing, but I want to make this method is reusable. Okay, how to make this method is reusable? So a of I, you will understand why I am writing here. Okay, so just I am going to comment everything. This one also I want to comment. Okay, so when you are writing the any code for how to develop this function, so we will call this method. Okay, we will call this method, right? This is your static method, and we can call directly, or you can use the class name dot class name dot. Okay, so let me like that we can use. I want to here I want to why I am going to create this. You will understand. Okay, let me check it is working or not, or I will check. Actually, this is the different topic that is called anonymous array. Okay, when we are working in the real time, right? So we have to create a function. Got it, right? So if you are passing the parameter, how to pass the argument directly, right? So I have shown you three ways to an array. One is the simple, why we have, I have explained to you this because you guys are able to understand actually how this array is working. If I will tell this directly, then you are not able to understand internal diagram internally how the value will store, right? So these two things I have shown you, or this is the best practice. If you are writing the any logical coding, try to create one method. Okay, and this method can use anywhere. Understood, right? So here we have created one static method, and we have passed this parameter. Okay, and in this parameter we having this for loop. Okay, we have a for loop. Same concept are same. How this, if you remember how this was working, when you will go for basics uh, control flow, then what happened? This is your .java file. Okay, .java file. Then if you will compile .class again, .class file, and again if you will execute your code, it will go control in your main method. Then it will go in this, and method is executing from top to bottom. Class name dot, then it will go in this method, right? Then again it will check the condition, all this for loop how it was iterating, right? So same thing happen here, or it will print the value and control go back to the main method. But here we have to understand. Okay, this is called anonymous array. Okay, you can, if you, where we can use this, when you are using the parameter. Okay, this is the parameterization, right? We are passing the parameter. If you remember parameterized method we have learned. So we are not passing a simple integer value. We are passing here integer type of an array. Understood, right? So when you are passing this integer type of an array, then you have to pass the argument. You can directly define this method also. Sorry, you can directly define this array like that also here, and you can pass this value. You can do like that also. But again, this is the a lengthy process, right? Again you're writing this, so directly you can pass nameless array. This is called your nameless array is called anonymous array. So if you will get some many if you will go in the interview, they will ask you, can you write the code to remove the duplicate element inside this array? So when you are writing the code, you know when you are writing the code, actually I will explain you. Okay, today I will discuss one code in your demo interview session. Okay, so how to find the anagram? You have to check. a string or anagram or not. Okay, so I think here, okay, so this is the string value. Here we don't have, so let me any array duplicate character. No, it's not there. Just I want to show you where we can use this. It's not there. No, let me check. It's also the string based same code is there. Okay, so this is also okay, so no problem. Just I want to tell you like remove white space, so here also not there. Okay, no problem. Okay, so leave this. So if you having the some requirement, then you can write in interview. Please write like that. You have to create a functionality, and you should not write this class and main method and all. Just you can develop this function when you are writing the code in your interview. Okay, so this is the very good habit. You can use this method anywhere. Okay, so I want to comment this. Okay, so again I want to use this concept, so let me uh, okay, so let what I'm going to do. Okay, do one thing. I'll create one another class, otherwise we will confuse. Demo array. Then we having the some disadvantage of an array. Okay, so now we are going to learn what is the disadvantage of an array and what is the solution. Okay, so now we have learned what is the advantage of an array, and now someone will ask what is the disadvantage of an array. Just I'm going to copy this one only, simple one. So we will discuss. Let me, and I'm going to remove this. Okay, not required, right? So okay, so now, so what is the disadvantage? So disadvantage is, first disadvantage is type problem. I'm trying to store some float value here. Okay, so if I will compile this code, you can see we are getting some error, incompatible type lossy conversion from float to int. So this is the first disadvantage of an array. We cannot store, different type of element. So this is again one interview question. Array is homogeneous type or heterogeneous type. So people who already joined my session and who is repeating, I'm expecting this answer. So array is homogeneous or heterogeneous type. Homogeneous means same and heterogeneous means different type. Mhm. So now what is, if I am storing the different types, so what is this concept is called, homogeneous or heterogeneous? According to now what we are going to discuss, this is the homogeneous type, right? Because if you are storing the different type, we are getting the error. This problem is able to solve. Okay, how? By using the object type of an array. Object type of an array. Okay, this problem is able to solve by using the object type of an array. So what is the object here? I think in the last session I already discussed you what is the object here. You guys are not revising anything, right? No, no, no. Object. What is this object? No. Right. So in the last session, I already explained you what is the object. Object is your class, right? Object is your root class in Java. Okay. So if you are writing any code, object class is already, there. Okay. By default, it is there. So when you are writing, I'll show you one example. Let me one any strings are there or something, or I will show you how this object. I will prove that object is already there in your class when you are writing any class. So in the Eclipse only we can show you. So when you are writing, okay, I'm going to create one object here. Okay, string str equal to new string. Okay, so first I want to show you this object. Okay, so you guys will understand this. Okay, so when object, so object is one session, one topics are there, java.lang package. So inside this java.lang package we having the object class is your inbuilt class. Okay, which is given by the Java, right? So which is available in java.lang package. Object class, you can see class object is the root class hierarchy. Every class has a object as a superclass, right? All the object including array implements the method of this. Any class if you are creating, object class is already there. This is the constructor of object class, and these are the methods. Okay, so clone method, equals method, finalize method, get class method. So we will discuss. Okay, we having the separate topic for object class. So if you know the inheritance concept, right, so we are using the extend keyword and we are extending one class to another class, right? So whatever the properties and behavior which is available in the super class, we are able to use in the subclass by using the inheritance concept. What is the inheritance? Inheritance means just we are going to provide the reusability. If you having the multiple classes, how to make the relationship between the one class to another class, right? So why inheritance is required? So when you are working in the real time project, right, we having the 10 classes, but your execution will start from main method only, right? You have to execute main method, or if you are using the in Selenium framework we use JUnit, or we use testng. Then you will only execute test runner class. How your other class will execute, right? So we can also provide the relationship between the one class to another class by using the extend keyword. So this is called uh, object. So what happened, by default this object class is there. Okay, class, if you are writing or not writing, object class is by default it is there. Okay, so that extend, I don't know this will work in my system or not, but in your system will work. Sometime in my system object class is not working. If you will compile this code, actually we are having the some error, so this is the error. Okay, so when I will compile this code, before it was not extended object class, right? Variable is already there. Okay, so actually this variable is already there, right? So I've created one object class, now it is working, right? So I'm getting the same output. 1 2 3 4 5, right? Because I'm just also commenting this. So this object class is already there in your, if you are creating any class. Understood, right? If you are creating any class, this object class is already there. So this is your super class, supermost class. If you will not write also, by default it is there. Okay. So if you will go here and you can read this documentation, what the Java people have written, object class is the root class hierarchy. Every class has object class as a super class. You can see now we have explicitly we have written. So this is, if you are writing any classes, so we already have this. Then you will tell how you can prove this. I already extended this working fine. How you can prove this? When can I am going to just when you can access, I'm going to access a method here which is available in the string. Okay. uh, you can see here, this all the method is coming from a string, but here we can see object class will be also there. Let me, I think it is, so you can see we having the notify alls, right? Just go here, you can see these are the methods, right? Clone method, equals method, finalize method, and this is called notify all methods, right? So this is coming from object class, not it is coming from a string class method, right? You can see here, I have shown you, right? Get class, we having the get class method, hash code method, right? So this method is coming from object class. I did not inherit this method here, but by default it is there. Or you can go in the documentation and you can check this string class having the object class or not, right? So this is the method, how this method is going to work. Okay, so we will explore this object class, right? So this problem we are able to resolve by using the object class. Okay, so if you will create, actually here we will get some error, might be. I will show you this code later when I will start your let me show you. Okay, if I will write this code again, it will take time, so let me show you that code also. Okay, so this is the one code. Let me, you can see, you can store this value like that. I will show you. You can just, you can see here I am going to store employee class, line class, integer class. I'm going to store double type, char type, boolean type, right? So we will store any type by using the object class. So if someone will ask what is array, is homogeneous or heterogeneous, so you have to tell, except if you are not using object class of an array, it behaves like the homogeneous type, means only it will store integer type. If you want to store multiple type of a value or object, then we should go for object class. Okay, so depend upon what type of the array you are going to create. If you will create except object class, it will behave like the homogeneous type. Or if you want to show the behavior is like homogeneous type, then we use object class array. Got it, right? So this problem we are able to resolve. But another big problem is the size problem. We have defined the size 5 and I'm trying to store one more element here. Okay, so if I will compile this code will work fine, but runtime we will get error. You can see we are getting some error, array index out of bound exception. So this is the big problem. This is a one problem. Another problem is if you want to like find the duplicates element, or if you want to delete something, or if you have to write the logic something, right? So that is very difficult to write the logic explicitly, right? It will take more time, right? So we don't have any inbuilt method here. Okay, and this is not flexible. Okay, but in some project we having the fixed size, then we should go for this array concept. But in the real time we use collection. Whatever the problem we are facing in array, so all the problem we are able to resolve in collection. So collection is a framework. So again we having the many things inside this collection. Just now you can remember whatever the problem you are going to face here, we are able to resolve in the collection. So collection having the separate topic, this is the collection topic. Okay, so when I will start the collection again, I will remind all the things whatever we have learned today. Okay, just I'm not going for collection. So this is your introduction of an array. What is an array, why we use an array, what is the advantage of an array, and what is the disadvantage of an array, and if we having the disadvantage, what is the solution, right? So this is called your array. Okay, so these are the topics of an array. So we will go through one by one. So this one we already shown you this code, right? So this code I already given you also. Okay, so you guys can execute this code by using this object class. Okay, so you can also try with object class and you can write all the code and execute in your system. Then only you will get the confidence. If you will attend only the class and if you will listen my class only, it will not helpful for you. If you will do the practice, then day by day you will get more confidence in your subject. So this is your introduction. So an array is an index collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. So here you can add one more point. If I have written here homogeneous, but you can write here note here, when we array will behaves like the homogeneous and when the array will behaves like the heterogeneous, because the interviewer will throw you the question if he will tell you only this sentence. Okay, so you can tell this sentence but you are ready to give the cross question answer, because definitely if the interviewer is having the good knowledge in array, they will throw you the question. Okay, so the main advantage of an array is we can represent multiple value by using the single variable, right? So if you want to store 100 elements, right, how to do that? So we have to use the 100 variable? No, right? So we are able to resolve this. So the main disadvantage of an array is fixed in size, and that is once we create an array some size, then there is no chance to increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement. This is the static size, is a static, we cannot change this. Hence array is used to concept is compulsory. If you having the requirement, this is the fix, the size is the fix, then we should go for array. Or what is the solution? So solution is your collection. Okay, so array declaration, how to declare an array? So like that we can declare. If you will give any a space here, you will not get anything. This is the wrong, you will get compile time error, and again here it will also work. So execute this code. Okay, so this from this here I will explain you in the coming session. Okay, so till now you can refer my YouTube channel also. I already uploaded the videos and every session I'm giving the different example. So okay, I'll send you the link. Okay, so if you guys will get the time of any topic, right, you can what is the process for learning? Okay, like you can like next day, or you can ask me, hey, what you're going to teach the next session, you can read once. Okay, that session you can read once. Okay, what happen if you will read once, then the dot will come. When we will come on the live, you can ask the question. Okay, so already we have this. Okay, so let me go to this playlist, and in the recent one I did not upload all the videos, so you can see in my previous here I don't know why it is private. So here all the sessions are there for array, sorry, Java session. You can, if you know able to revise all the topic, and if you having the time, you can go through once. Okay, or you can go for any recent or any batch. All the videos are there. You can take the help from here. if in next session what we are going to discuss, so we'll get here, right? So you are, one class is, you guys are ahead, so you are able to ask the question if you're having the any doubt while reading that. Okay, so I will teach you some few topics here, then I will tell you how to work on your coding skill. Okay, so guys, I'm going to stop your session now. I will send you all the notes, today notes, and just you guys can do the practice. Okay, bye all of you.